Good morning. My name is Paula Averley. I'm from Origin Communications. We are a PR agency, marketing and digital media services provider specializing in information security companies. We've known InfoSecurity Europe for many, many years, either attending ourselves over the last 10 years or representing companies who are exhibiting at the event. So this year we are working with InfoSecurity Europe to support their PR efforts and digital media efforts at the show. So a little bit about what our role involves. So of course we are going to be doing as much as possible with the media that are either interested in the show or planning to attend the show. We have already reached out to hundreds of journalists to invite them to register to attend the show, but also to work with them on the types of content that they need to cover the show before and during. So that would involve things like event previews. So we have quite a lot of media partners that we're working closely with, and we're talking to them about how they want their event previews to look. They do differ, they do have different deadlines. So what we would do is speak to them about the kind of content that they wanted to include, and that would potentially involve content from you. So if you know what you're doing at the show already and you have some ideas about any products or services that you will be talking about, then please do let us know, and we can make sure that that information gets included in the event previews that we're working on. Over the last few months, we have been working with a lot of the press on some of the big themes and hot topics that will be covered in the show. Vicky mentioned the various programs and sessions that are held during the show and all of the topics that we're covering under the theme. And we have been speaking to the press about all of those, so they are already starting to write about them and engage with us on those topics. So if you spot any hot topic that you think that you can contribute towards, either in written content or verbal, let us know, and we can make sure that we're putting you forward to get involved with those conversations and engage with the media. And of course, we want to support your PR efforts. So, you know, regardless of the size of your organization, there's always something that you can be doing, and we're happy to help you. So if you want to speak to us today or at any time after today, we'll speak to you about some of the opportunities that are open to you. At the actual show, we will be in the press office. We will be managing the press registrations. They're already starting to come through, so we've got a good number of press coming already. And we are reaching out to not only UK press, but overseas press as well. So if you have representation in, certainly, you know, EMEA, there are some press coming from Europe, so it's worth considering that as well. And we will make sure that we're looking after the journalists when they arrive. In terms of communicating news, yes, in the run-up to the show, you need to be telling us what you're doing and what you're planning, but also during the show, there'll be a number of opportunities for us to put you in front of press and make sure that your news is being picked up. On the tables, there is a copy of a exhibitor kit, which is in this folder here. And that's something that will be on the InfoSecurity Europe website. We can send it to you as a PDF, we can share it online, as I say, but that includes all of the opportunities that are open to you at the moment. So, for example, if you wanted to contribute a blog, and as Vicky mentioned earlier, you know, think about content that works as thought leadership, so not a sales pitch or a sort of product sales pitch or anything like that, but something that you're quite passionate about and that you're willing to talk about from a thought leadership perspective. We would like to receive your ideas, and within the kit it will give you some information about how you do that and the deadlines associated with that. We also want to make sure that we're using social media really well this year. So we've done a lot of work to make sure that, you know, we're following journalists, journalists are following us, we're saying the right thing to them, we're engaging with them constantly. So if you do have any information that you want to share over social media, then again, just let us know. We can provide you with templates for posts. We can provide you with the hashtags to use. We can link through to your websites or your content from ours. So please just make sure you're letting us know what you're doing from the social media side of things. And if you're not sure or you don't know, you know, we'll have a chat with you about how we can support you doing that as well. There will be a press list, but you will only get a list of outlets, so the names of the publications that are being represented at the show. We can't provide private, confidential information on the journalists, but we can tell you which publications or TV or radio are going to be represented. And then in terms of your spokespeople, so even now, we're being asked for relevant spokespeople. So if you have someone who is willing to speak to the press, is media friendly, and has something to say, then let us know now. And then what's really good about that is we get to know your spokespeople and what they're passionate about and what their hot topics are. And then when we're at the show, we can call on you. So if a journalist comes into the press office, for example, and says, I'm writing a feature about X topic, do you have any spokespeople on that subject? We know that we can reach out to you if you're willing to talk to them. The other thing that we're doing is we're doing a lot of video work as well, so we'll be talking to you about Vox Pops, and we also have a kind of roving reporter at the show as well, so they'll be coming onto your stand and asking you for sound bites, and that will be constant content that we'll be pushing out during the show. So lots of opportunities to engage, to communicate, and to promote what you're doing. And then with regards to media alerts, so there are a number of media alerts that are planned. So we will have press releases talking about what you're doing as exhibitors at the show, but there are a number of them between now and June, and also during the show in June. So that's when we're telling the press anything new that's come up. If you have any news, if you maybe decide the week before the show, and this does happen, that you want to announce a product is going to be available, a new product is going to be available, then tell us all of that information and we'll make sure that that goes into the media alerts that we send out. And then obviously during the show, we will be providing the press office with a schedule of show activities. So we will be telling the journalists, this is what's happening today and this is where you need to be. So again, if you have a particular launch, something that's happening on your stand and you want us to direct journalists to your stand, please let us know. As I said, give us a list of the media-trained spokespeople. If they're not media-trained, let us know. We might be able to help you with that and help you train them and get them ready. But anybody who's interested in talking to the press, if we can have their names, their biographies, their areas of expertise, again, social media handles, so we can reference them, that would be great. And again, if you happen to be speaking at the show, so if you do have a slot and you are talking, please let us know in advance. The team will let us know who's on their lists anyway, but if you would like us to make sure that we're talking about it as well, please let us know. And then anything that's happening on the stand, so, you know, journalists like a beer at the end of the day, if you happen to be doing a few drinks at 5 o'clock, you know, that's something that we should be telling our journalists in the press office, directing them down to the stand for a quick drink. And also, even if you have something that's under embargo, i.e. you want us to talk to the press about it, but it's not going to be launched until the next morning, still let us know. You know, make sure that you're keeping us informed. And then in terms of additional support, so we understand that some organisations don't have PR agencies, you don't have public relations professionals working for you. Happy to give you any sort of counsel or advice that you need. But if there are any other additional resources that you would like to look into, so for example, media training, if you just want some support in writing, so you know what you want to say, but you just need someone to get it down on paper, let us know. We have media kit templates, so if you are thinking about putting a press release and you just need the format and the structure of what that press release should look like, we can provide you with that. And also for the smaller organisations who don't have press offices or don't have marketing support, we can help you too. You know, we can give you the information that you need just to make sure that you are at least banging your drum a little bit, if not hugely, and also the social media support. So we are doing social media support constantly. So if you just want us to be tweeting or posting on your behalf, then please do just let us know. As I say, so we're Origin Communications. Within your exhibitor kit, you've got the names of all of the team members, you've got the telephone numbers, contact details, so please do get in touch. And also you'll find that we've inserted within here a copy of our research paper. So that is a big piece of research that we did last year, which is specifically into UK information security professionals and how they consume media. So where they go for their news, where they go for their product reviews, and the kind of journalists that you should be talking to, at least the top 10 that you should be talking to, and then sort of further information.